I basically spend all my time thinking about how best I can work to move the Web3 industry forward. And it is a frustrating place to work, to say the least, especially now that governments and big money are as heavily involved as they are. People often wish that not everything would get so political, but it's really hard to stay apolitical when politics corrupts the ever-living hell out of the place that you work. And you didn't really ask for it to happen, but god damn it happened anyway. I have no doubt that you can relate in some way to what I'm saying right now, but man, it really just feels like so many of the things you've spent your time trying to learn about, and that I've spent my time trying to learn about and teach about, are sort of falling by the wayside right now. They don't matter as much because we are living through one of the most heavy spells of market manipulation I'm aware of ever happening, and certainly the most extreme example that I've ever lived through. That is manifesting in a way that makes it next to impossible to run any sort of sensible valuation on all of these different things that we would like to be investing in, especially as far as crypto is concerned. We've had trouble with manipulation since the industry was really created, but now, man, it's worse than ever. We are running through a pretty unprecedented just level of fuckery. A single tweet is cratering the entire, not just crypto market, world economy. And another tweet is breathing life back into it. And it's just all at the whims of the one sending the tweet. And I'm certainly not alone in expressing frustration about this, but man, it's just exhausting. The frustration for me comes particularly from this idea that the technology we're talking about here really, truly is going to continue to change people's lives. I mean, we're talking about revolutionary stuff here. And that is the reason that I believe it's in people's crosshairs, because the potential to make money from this stuff is very easy to see. It's been around long enough that plenty of people are aware that little bits can turn into big bits relatively quickly. And unfortunately, that interests a lot of the wrong people for a lot of the wrong reasons. And those wrong people and their wrong reasons can make it really, really hard to keep focused on the bigger picture. If you've tuned into the show lately, you have definitely heard me vent these frustrations. And I really just wanted to try to put something in video form because I'm also trying to just get over this weird mental block that I have about posting right now. And I know this is not a great video, but I'm kind of just posting it to break the vicious cycle of like sitting down with an idea about a DeFi protocol that I would really love to teach about and explain and create a short tutorial for and help people get onboarded to it and all this sort of stuff, because in a world where our finances are so heavily woven into just all of this bullshit that we're seeing every day, and we're just all at the mercy of a few billionaires and whatever they feel like doing today, cratering the economy or pumping the economy or doing whatever, and all of us are just kind of collateral damage. I believe that decentralizing is the option. Not the option, I believe it's the only option. I believe it's the way out. I believe that's how you opt out of having to be siloed into this system. And the tools don't exist to completely depart and decentralize all of your finances, but there's a lot more than most people are aware of, and you can really exist pretty heavily with your personal finances, just like outside of the confines of your crappy bank bleeding you dry, loaning your money out to 8 different people all at the same time, charging all of them a crazy amount of interest. Meanwhile, you get 0.01% if you're lucky. And I would love to be teaching about all of that all the time, but the sad fact of the matter is that it's really hard to talk about it because I don't want someone to see that and think, well, guess I'll go buy XYZ, and then the market gets manipulated in the wrong direction. That person gets hosed, even though on its face, whatever protocol they were looking at was great. So I guess to wrap this nonsense up right now, I'm going to just try to teach concepts more. I've built a pretty lengthy syllabus about decentralized finance and how to participate in it and the different tools that exist and all this kind of stuff. And it's been quite a bit of work, but I'm very excited about it. And it's something that is going to result in a number of videos going over all these individual modules. I would love to take this presentation to universities or to classes. So, hey, if you have any hookups or you're interested in that kind of thing, please feel free to reach out and let me know. I would love to talk. And I think that's about as much as we can do. And then, just continue to focus on pushing through the show to tell a better story about this industry. Because unfortunately, there are some very loud, very wealthy, very powerful voices that are determined to tell the worst story imaginable about crypto and about blockchain and Web3 and tokens and all of these different tools that exist. And right now, unfortunately, most people who are being exposed to it for the first time are learning about it because the White House is actively manipulating the ever-loving hell out of that market, probably just to enrich themselves and their inner circle. So, as frustrating as it is to continue screaming into the void the attempts at telling a better story, I do wholeheartedly believe that the more of us doing that yelling into the void, the better. And the more voices are void screaming, the less of a void it becomes.